Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you're having a great day. Happy Friday. Let's take a look here at Solana, see what's going on. Good 5% up on the day, running pretty much par for the course with Bitcoin. So nothing outstanding, but also very awesome considering we're not like lagging behind Bitcoin or anything like that. And if you're not familiar, when I analyze that altcoins, I'm usually always trying to look for disparities between Bitcoin and this altcoin, the said altcoin. And in this case here, we're kind of at a 1-to-1 ratio, which does imply if Bitcoin pulls back, Solana could too. So keep that in mind. But we are traveling into this heavy liquidation range. I think it's pretty safe to say that 225, 226 is going to happen first before we see that leg down. My trade alert here, unfortunately, didn't get, I never got notified because obviously the price never pulled back. So I missed the opportunity to take a long here on this coin because I was waiting and being very, very conservative and effectively wanting to find a better entry. So this is the kind of market right now that waiting for opportunities, or they're gonna continue to pass you. And then of course, right now, if you try to FOMO in, it'll probably just pull back, right? So I do feel like we're getting closer to the said top here, the tentative top, of course. For a lot of altcoins and Bitcoin too, just based on overextension, we've been running pretty strong for about 3 days straight, specifically with Bitcoin, and I do think that a natural retracement would make sense, especially leading into the weekend. Today's Friday, tons of profit on the books here for today. I think we're going to see somewhat of a pullback. I don't think it's going to be monumental, but I do think we're going to see a slight retracement at the very least from Bitcoin, and at that point, we can identify quickly which altcoins are doing well, which ones are doing poorly, conversely with Bitcoin. So thanks again for always hitting the like button, commenting below if you get a chance. Thanks, whoever, you know who you are because you do it every time. I really am deeply appreciative of that. Thank you. And if you don't do it, maybe create a habit of doing so because it really helps get this in front of more people. So less idiots get the views, and perhaps those who actually give a darn might actually get more. So whatever. Thanks again so much for just being an awesome part of my life. So take a look here at Solana. Last 7 days, this doesn't tell us too much, but we can see some late shorts between 222 and 225. You got to recognize, folks, that's a bad idea to short this coin right now. Because if you take a look here, we can see 223. There's a big chunk of change from back on the 6th of January. Okay, so 11 days ago, people opened shorts roughly in the 220 range, and they had profit all the way down to 170 and never closed their position. Now they're back to break even plus fees, probably in the red. Okay. So don't be one of those persons, folks. You can't get greedy on short positions. Long, maybe a little bit more, but short positions, not a good idea. The whole point of me mentioning this is 222 to 226 is that heavy liquidation range up here that we can see on the charts that I've put that on the charts for you so you can see it, just to kind of help give you perspective that that's probably the next target. We can see liquidation delta is getting higher. Bitcoin is exuding similar behavior here. It's just kind of a slower taper though, or a slow incline, so to speak. So this is good. This is that healthy staircase pattern. It implies sustainability. So I think the probability of Solana pulling back super hard is pretty low. I do think the 200 range is kind of a thing of the past. 210 might be a best case scenario for us if the price does pull back. I'm kind of just spitballing on the numbers. There's a little more specifics that we'll talk about here soon, but that's generally the concept, right? So we take a look here, open interest, there it is, 205. That's right where I set my alert about like 205, 206 in hopes of getting in at that level. Never came back down to retest that. And again, when you see a massive concentration of open interest at that one spot, this is a very, very big purchase. Somebody somewhere bought a lot of Solana at 205, okay? So that kind of reinforces that support. So we travel back into that range, we can presume a bounce would make sense if we were to, pull back to that level. Okay, so it's still an area of interest of mine. 200 to 210 is a rough estimate, is that area of consideration for long. So what's going to happen between now and then? Well, the question is, what's this heavy liquidation going to do for us? Is it going to be swept, or is it going to just kind of linger? Both scenarios are possible, but it's more likely we're going to see that level get hit. So let's talk about the daily time frame, work our way down. Double check a few things here. We're now officially over the 50-day SMA. Nice little closure there, so that kind of reinforces 210 as that range of interest, or 209 here in this example for the 50-day SMA. All other moving averages below the price action. We can see we're over 50 on the RSI. Money flow index is traveling behind. This isn't phenomenal, but it's not bad either. It's only because a lot of the selling pressure is still kind of applied here. Keep in mind, money flow index is a 14 candle lag. It looks back 14 candles, depending on the time frame you're on. So essentially, we still got a lot of selling pressure here. So money flow index is going to give us a false positive, letting us know that we may not have as much as we truly do have, because the last 3 days have been very strong. Keep in mind, when you have 3 strong green days, is typically followed by a fourth red day. So I wouldn't be surprised there's going to be some profit taking happening later today or tomorrow, this weekend. I mentioned that in my trade alerts for our community. Just kind of giving you a heads up that this weekend, possible to see a correction leading into the inauguration on Monday. Okay, so very well, good to see that. Quick congrats too while we're here on our Bitcoin long from 95,800. 44% Dogecoin, as well as SEI. So while we didn't get super heavy on longs, we got some good long positions in this week, and we got some nice profits there. So congrats and thank you for the phenomenal feedback. My community's been super supportive lately. Not that they aren't in any other given time, it's just nice to be able to hear that. So appreciate that, and more importantly, you're the reason why I do this too. So if it wasn't for just such amazing people in my life, it would be easy to just give up and forget about this. Because even though I love and enjoy doing this, it can be a crazy weird market sometimes. Like there's times where you just want to give up, but you got to persevere. You got to buy those dips. I'm glad I got in heavy at about 90,000 for Bitcoin, and I got in at 175 to 185 for Solana. Dogwif had also in the 140s. So good stuff there. Missed some good entries on Dogecoin, but that's conversation for another day. 4-hour time frame, we were up over 70 on the RSI. Generally favorable. You do not short into this. Even if it tapers back down below, you still wait, right? Money flow index is super high, kind of implying that we've got tons of money flowing in. Obviously, you can see that. And there's literally nothing here telling us that the price is going to turn around and or pull back significantly. If it does, again, we base that on local highs or lows, essentially, or in this case, areas of interest. To me, the open interest area of 204, 205, that seems like a very, very solid pivot point. And that puts us right here at this 0.618 golden pocket as well. So again, keep in mind, folks, I love Fibonacci retracement, but don't let it be the only thing you ever use. If you only ever use Elliott Wave, you're doing it wrong, okay? Please understand that there's a lot more to trading than just potential retracement areas. These are just areas that are consistent in trading. It doesn't mean they're going to happen. What's more consistent was when you have confluence. When you have a 0.618 fib level, for example, the most commonly retraced area, in combination with a high or a low that's been retested multiple times, and we know specifically 203 has been that level for us in the past, and now there's a heavy buy order at 204, 205, heavy large position here of interest. So all that kind of reaffirming itself tells me that we have a super solid support in the 200 to 205 range. Okay, so if we happen to see the price travel back into that area, that's going to be an obvious yes for me to go ahead and get in. Take a look at the Ichimoku cloud. We can recognize that all green lights here are present. There's no reason to consider taking a short. Everything is pretty much screaming bullish convergence. Again, that's all the more reason why the price will probably pull back, but on the same accord, it's irresponsible to short into that. You're better off waiting for a trade that either A, never happens, or B, if it does happen, it's going to be awesome, right? Cool. Anyways, those are things that I'm kind of looking for there. So other than that, the only thing else I want to elaborate on just quickly is to make sure to take advantage of Bitunix, folks. These guys are phenomenal. No KYC or VPN required. They have monthly benefits. Next month, they're doing another deposit reward bonus because that's pretty much the community favorite. Every month, there's always some kind of reward or bonus. So just use them, check them out. If you use my link below, you'll qualify for all those. Other than that, really, just make sure you tune into our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord. I post playout charts here regularly, and it's all available for you there too. I do look forward to work with you if you want to become a better trader. CryptoCash.tech is a site. We'll see you in the next one. Have yourself a great rest of your day. Take care.